One of the major warning signs for intimate partner homicide is stalking behavior. According to the Department of Justice, stalking behavior is a course of conduct directed at a specific person that involves repeated visual or physical proximity, non-consensual communication, or verbal, written, or implied threats, or a combination thereof, that would cause a reasonable person fear. According to Psychology Today, there are 4 subtypes of stalkers: the rejected, the intimacy seeker, the incompetent, and the resentful. The rejected stalking type is an individual who has experienced the unwanted end of a close relationship, most likely with a romantic partner. When this stalker's attempts to reconcile fail, they frequently seek revenge. The intimacy seeker identifies a person, often a complete stranger, as their true love, and begins to behave as if they are in a relationship with that person. Many intimacy-seeking stalkers carry the delusion that their love is reciprocated. The incompetent type of stalker hopes their behavior would lead to a close relationship, satisfying their need for contact and intimacy. However, this type of stalker acknowledges that their victim is not reciprocating their affection while they still continue their pursuit. Finally, the resentful stalker experiences feelings of injustice and desires revenge against their victim rather than a relationship. Their behavior reflects their perception that they have been humiliated and treated unfairly, viewing themselves as the victim. In 2012, 1,256 people were murdered in an intimate partner homicide situation, and many more were injured in intimate partner violence. Substance abuse can be an indicator for intimate partner violence and homicide. According to the National Society for Behavioral Medicine, substance abuse is a factor in nearly 50% of intimate partner violence situations. Substance abuse causes an individual to express negativity, anger, unrealistic expectations, personality inconsistencies, and denial. The use of drugs escalates someone's aggression level and need for money. Money is the number one cause of arguments in relationships, and with an escalated level of aggression, it can put you more at risk for violence. According to Ohio State University Research News, one common tactic of abusers is to threaten to hurt themselves in order to gain sympathy or manipulate the victim. In doing this, the abuser is trying to appeal to the victim's emotional attachment and at the same time turning themselves into the victim. The abuser will try to make the victim feel concern and sympathy for them rather than fear or anger. This tactic can be used to try and coerce a victim to remain in a relationship instead of leaving or seeking help. The number one motivating factor to intimate partner homicide is a prior history of domestic violence. More specifically, studies have shown that those who have a history of being violent abusers are most likely to escalate to committing intimate partner homicide. The Department of Justice defines domestic violence as a pattern of abusive behavior in any relationship that is used by one partner to gain or maintain power and control over another intimate partner. A history of domestic violence often involves sexual jealousy, anger, and an obsessive need for control in a relationship. Someone can have a history of domestic violence within their current relationship and/or spanning previous relationships. When someone resorts to physical or emotional abuse against their partner, they are committing domestic violence. And if this abuse continues over a period of time or becomes habitual, then it becomes a history of domestic violence. Also, if somebody abuses their partner and they break up, and that person subsequently moves on and abuses their next partner, then this is also a history of domestic violence. If you or someone you know is being physically or emotionally abused, and it has happened more than once, then it is likely the abuser has a history of domestic violence.